What's going on? It's your boy King Des here. Another episode of Brunch with the Boys. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon outside here in Orlando, Florida. I'm with the fellas. How we doing tonight, guys?
Jeezy, what's good, everybody? Mr. Gent out here, dog.
So yeah, you look like your eyes is a little heavy. You okay?
Yeah, I'm definitely floating right now.
Yeah,
I'm definitely floating.
Nigga, you out here giving full weather forecast from Orlando and shit. God damn.
Hey man, we so happy to be with y'all this afternoon. We got a dope topic to talk about. What we getting into, gentlemen?
We are getting into the trap and
trap music. Yeah.
And no, we're not talking about Young Jeezy, but we talking about
nigga.
we talking about the ultimate trap, and that is a man or a woman. Oh yeah. Using the trap of a baby to keep you in a relationship that they are all but certain is coming to an end.
Wow.
And, before I come off too biased, I just want to immediately say men are doing this too. Like there are plenty of niggas who are pretending to slip the Jimmy on and slide in the pussy raw because she bad and she got her shit together so he can be a little reckless versus a hoe he'd hit down the street who he know ain't shit. He's strapping up trying to put two on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So niggas are doing this too, but I do believe this is something a woman uses first.
But why do we think a woman would do that?
Oh my gosh.
I can immediately tell you why they do it. But you got to think about some of these people who will literally attach themselves like a leech in a bad lake nigga to a NFL player or a basketball player. What they're seeing is future potential of what their life can look like. And some of these individuals, they may not be driven enough to go and attain it themselves, but they are resourceful enough to go find it out somebody else, nigga. They can see it potentially.
Go ahead.
And sometimes it's not even something where they're out to gain financial wealth. Sometimes it's just companionship. They see a good nigga. Family's important to him. He has his shit together. He's good looking. It's not going to get better than this.
Right.
So if this nigga doesn't want you, like, damn, I got to keep this nigga. He don't want me. I'm going to make him want me. And I know how he feels about family. So women, one thing I know, my mom told me this. She said a woman always has plans. They will manipulate the situation no matter what to suit their situation. As a man, you have to be prepared. And I don't want to come off all freaking scared and shit. My point is you got to be smart. It'd be silly not to believe.
So you think a woman is, and D, I'll put it to you. You think a woman is more strategic than a man? And we can put in the age aspect, younger versus older. Do you think women are more strategic in life in that capacity?
Relationship-wise.
You know what?
That's a good question.
I don't necessarily know that that's the truth. I want to say something. I want to get to that question, but first I want to say something that, when we talk about this idea of being trapped, what I would say is, in order to get trapped in the types of situations that we're posing to the audience, you have to be complicit in participating in that trap. What I mean is, you can't get no girl pregnant. She can't trap you if you're not fucking her raw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Undoubtedly.
And if you a bitch and you you feel like a nigga trapped you should have been taking birth control. So it's a little bit of deflecting, not to take responsibility for what I feel is equal parts in the trap. With regards to what you said, I don't necessarily think that women are more strategic. I think that's something that's put out there. I would say this, and maybe the default is that they plan more. I don't think dudes care about as much shit as women do.
Yeah.
And I think there's
a
handful of things that are important to us. And I mean a handful. It might not be 5 for some niggas. It might be 2 or 3, right? But I think women have like 2 hands and 2 feet worth of shit that they care about. And accordingly, I think it takes more of their time and attention to plan around those things than for a dude who only cares about a few things in his life. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it may appear as though she's more strategic, but she has to be for all that shit she got on her mind. You know what I
mean? and I don't even know how to approach that, because to me, a woman being more strategic is her trying to manipulate the situation so that it has the outcome she desires. You know, to me, if you love someone, you let them be who they are. You don't change them in any way. You're just, this is who he is. So there are women who are out here saying, if you wash those dishes, I'm gonna suck you off. So what? Like they're manipulating. They're using whatever they have, their feminine ways to manipulate a man to do what they want him to do. And the way she's treating him or taking this and that away. You hear women play these games all the time with men where they are using their emotions to manipulate the relationship.
But what I would say to that is, so a couple of things.
And men do it too.
Yeah, but I think that's human nature. I think individuals, and we've had this conversation on other podcasts. I think, people use the word strategic, manipulation, and those things interchangeably. And I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think being strategic means you have a plan for the future, right? I think manipulating the situation is moving the pieces of the pieces around in a way that lends a result that's most beneficial to you, right? So I think there's a difference there. And I think people use information to get the end result that they want, right? Like I know in order for me to get this role at my company, these are the things that they're looking for. And so because I know that knowledge, because I may have some inside knowledge that they want this type of personality, when I get a chance to interview for that position, those are the things I'm going to show. It doesn't necessarily make me a bad person. I'm not saying you said that, but it doesn't necessarily make me a bad person or conniving that I'm using that information for those purposes. So I think the same applies in relationships. You know what I mean? Like saying, look, I'm going to suck you off if you do these dishes. Yeah, she get him to do the dishes, but he gonna get his dick sucked too.
Yeah, like
right?
he wants
that's equal trade.
That's a goddamn agreement.
And her knowing what it takes to get him motivated to get the job done is almost a good system.
Especially if he's happy about it too.
And I think women, so knowing enough to get that man to do what she wants him to do. And maybe I don't know if this is it, but I think women are better at that. Yeah. But once again, I think it's because they fucking care more.
Yeah.
Right? I think dudes, a lot of niggas don't know what their girl favorite color is.
Shame on you, though.
Something as basic as that.
Shame on you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I want to address something that you said, Des, when you were talking about, hey, how can it be a trap when you were complicit because you could have done your part as much as she should have done her part. Mm-hmm. I think that there's plenty of situations where someone had a conversation. Mm-hmm. It was an adult conversation. They expressed their desires and wishes using, let's say, not getting pregnant or having a baby. We'll use that as an example. He says, I have specifically this plan in play. I do not want to have children. Maybe later down the line, we'll talk about it, but that's not something that I'm going to want to do in the next 5 to 6 years. She knows that, right? And in the same breath, she sits there and tells him, all right, I support you in your vision. Mm-hmm. I'm on birth control. I want to let you know so that you know what's good, right? He is participating in his sexual fetishes. I don't know what those are because I know what mine are. Mm-hmm.
We do.
But he's participating in that with the knowledge and the thought that we have alignment.
Like she's on birth control. But then a nigga finds out that she's somehow pregnant. And I don't want to hear about no shit that ain't nothing 100%. But them bitches is about 98.9, 99.3 and shit percent. That's the worst trap right there.
That's a trap.
The worst trap is right there.
So here's my thing too. And I guess we probably should have defined trap a little bit more detail.
No, I'm just taking that angle.
Yeah, I mean, if you are assuming, right, and then you subsequently become a fucking parent, then you can't be calling no trap. If you have had a conversation and that person has told you, I am taking precautions, you have two options: to trust them and to trust the science behind the medicine that they're taking, or to double up and you wear a condom as well. Yeah. My question would be, how serious are you about not having?
God dang, I knew you were gonna go there. But
I can strengthen the possibility that you don't have the kid if she's doing what she needs to do and you're strapping up.
Doing up, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the real right now. And that's the real problem. Realistically, is because you can't say no to the raw pussy. So when that raw pussy in your face and she telling you she on birth control, how many niggas are strong enough to say, dang, you're on birth control, right? And you know why I say it's a trap? And then at the same time, I have my own rebuttal to it, and we'll go into that a little later. But why I say it's a trap is because when that nigga came in the pussy, he was under the impression that you were on the pill. but you made a decision, an independent decision.
Independent, nigga.
And stop taking the pill. He was none the wiser. You end up pregnant, and now he's responsible for the child that you made, and you never let the nigga know you were gonna stop taking the pill.
I think that's a trap. This is ready right now.
If that's not a trap, what is?
Strapping up and making sure that you don't nut in it. And that's not a trap.
And you know what? Why I'm not gonna fight you too much, because at the end of the day, and I tell my kids this all the time, you always have a choice. Even when it seems like life hit you hard and everybody wronged you, if you look back somewhere down the line, you found where your choice was made.
There was a choice.
And that led to you where you have been.
Let's use that same example. There's always the choice of fucking leaving. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And being a deadbeat.
Putting a condom on.
Or getting a hand job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Asking for head that night.
Fucking her in the ass.
Or even when the baby comes, you can say, you ain't gonna trap me, I'm out.
You could fuck her like you like to fuck her in the ass.
Right?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's 100% safe. You fucking around, but that's 100% safe.
I said it.
and to me, that's why, and I'm spitballing here, but why a lot of single moms are out there, niggas not taking care of the jit. You know, y'all giving niggas full access to the pussy, and these niggas never intended to stay. You know, so if you're gonna let a nigga bust off in you and fuck you raw, and you're not on birth control, and you know this nigga ain't really on his shit,
on, ladies.
You know, if you've had no discussion with him about whether or not he wanted kids and if he would support them, you made a decision for him. And I'm telling you, in some ways, a nigga could call that sexual abuse, nigga. Seriously.
I know about that.
Because you're making a decision for him that affects his life forever. So now his income, his his time, etc. You can go down the list, is all now affected on a decision you made without him.
But what I would say is, you sound like the nigga that get locked up for stealing the car. Talking about, man, they left the goddamn keys in that bitch, bro. They wanted me to take that bitch. No, it is. You talking about you gonna have the pussy all wet, tell the nigga you on birth control. Of course I wasn't gonna wear no condom. Like, that's not a good response, bro.
I guess. But I feel like it's a realistic response.
Those are two different things. It is absolutely realistic. No, you're saying what happened to 99% of niggas. I'm not just on that.
I don't know many men that can have that dropped on them and say, hey, look, I'm on the pill. I've been on the pill for 4 years. And you fucking her for 3 months. And on month 4, she like, man, I'm not getting any younger. I don't have any kids. This nigga's
and
cool.
She just made that decision.
You know what you just told? That's a horror story for a lot of niggas.
That shit happens, dog. That shit happened. And then somewhere there's a man who heard that's like, nigga, that's what happened to me. Like, that shit happened.
But let me just say, the trap only.
But we still love the babies.
Yeah, we love the babies. But you already know we love the babies.
First with the boys, for the kids.
But the trap still happens only subsequently after, if the man makes a decision or feels a responsibility to stay, right? Because that was the whole purpose. It's either financial or she wanted that nigga. If
you trap the right nigga, you got it.
You in a locked up. Yeah. Whether she's like, to your point, he loves family. Therefore he got good morals. Therefore, hey, this nigga ain't gonna go nowhere.
A lot of unhappy dads at the soccer game on Saturdays, folks.
Mm-hmm. Look around. How can you tell? How can you tell though?
Huh?
How can you tell whether they're unhappy?
He's sitting in his lawn chair. He ain't got it one time. He ain't cheering for his kids or nothing. The real dark ones on, the real dark shades. He got a beer t-shirt, some type of beer.
Would you say a man's greatest asset is his wife?
No, I wouldn't.
No?
Say his mind.
His mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say his spirit and soul. I'm deeper though. I mean, I'm a little deeper.
I guess I asked that because of all the decisions you make in your life, which one is more important? You know?
I would tell you that a wise man with a wise mind would choose a wife that would add to his life.
Yeah.
A dumb man would choose a bitch who will not add to his life, yet he would procreate with her. And so he would never see the reward that you're talking about with the proper wife.
Hence why wisdom, yeah.
Possibly the nigga that listens to Cardi B's lyrics and, you know, she don't cook or she don't clean, but he gonna tell you how you got that ring. Yeah, that ain't gonna do it for me.
But did she gobble him, swallow him straight to the...
Exactly, that's about it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That ain't enough for me. That's not a wise decision, bro.
No.
One way a woman, you know, you'll know she's trying to set you up as if she's like always begging for a baby. Like, when we gonna have a baby?
Oh,
like when you start hearing that question, doesn't that Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
No, it is.
It is if you want one though. But if you don't want a baby, wouldn't that make you nervous?
So I think something can be eternal and make you nervous. Like, the reason I say it's eternal is twofold. First of all, I think it's, and we won't get into a men's mind. We have an episode on like how I think men are built and women are built. We'll have that, but I think it's in a man's nature to want to procreate, to have legacy, to have seeds. Right. And I'll be honest with you, if there were no consequences for that reaction, many folks, including myself, most likely, would have a number of kids all over the place.
Yes.
Right? Because I'm increasing the chance that some of my progeny become successful and carry on my legacy, right? But I also think the other part of that is, like, it's flattering for somebody to make a decision that they want to carry something that's birthed from you because of the qualities and characteristics that you've shown to them. That's just flattering as fuck. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker want to create a human with you, it's flattering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I definitely think that is flattering. And I guess a lot of people don't look at it in that capacity, but man, why we do this is because we want to mirror the best of both worlds in a child, bro.
Right.
And there's a beautiful thing that comes with that. I think it gets muddy only and solely by the intention on how they got there. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that just didn't want to get there the way they got there.
Mm-hmm. I think too, you talked about the urge to procreate. I think that's why it's so easy to get a nigga, to slip up, because if you in it and she just whisper in your ear, come inside of me, that might be it.
Hey, god damn, boy.
Mm-hmm. That's and she just grab you and say, it's okay, you can come inside.
Ah, damn.
Boy,
I felt that in my chest.
So it's going to be hard not to say, okay. And just fall off.
No,
then you gonna say it all soft like that? Okay.
Listen, and most niggas, even if they wasn't about to come, they about to come then. Right then. They gonna let it go right there. They gonna flood the pussy. Talking about shooting the club, but we drowning niggas in this.
And that's why I always say it's how you handle people, right? How you talk to them that really gives you that control, because you say that to a nigga in the right way, the toughest nigga slipping up. He forgot his rule. He ain't never busting a hoe, but dang, she just did it right. So I think the trap, it's tough on a man, because I just don't believe there are many men using it. But I think there's a nigga who won't have his shit together, and he's trying to get a woman who with a good job.
She in law school, she in her 4th year. She already figured out where she going. She already ready to pass the law exam. She already know what firm she going to. He already knows that her shit is straight. She keep a good home. She know what she want. It's all laid out. He's a lost nigga in a big C. Yeah, why not poke 18 holes with a pen in the condom and just make it see what it do?
I think that's true. That's true. I think that a couple of things. I think there are, and I know I've heard contrary to this, but I think conceivably for a lot of women, and I'm talking specifically about Black women, there seems to, in their opinion, to be a shortage of quality Black men out here. Now, I've heard the contrary, right? But that is a functional truth that a lot of women deal with. And
is it the truth though?
I don't know, because I haven't done the research on that. I've heard from both sides, but here's what I would say. I would say that a woman who has her shit together, the chance that a nigga who doesn't have his shit on the level that she does is much more likely to get her attention because of how much she wants a family. And niggas can play on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I heard something that only 52% of Black women, 48% or 52% of Black women will get married. And one in 5 of those, or no, like 1 in 3 of those, something like that, will end in divorce. I got to get the stats. Yeah. But so it's a hit or miss, and I think women are hedging their bets. And so if a nigga
50% isn't really good either.
No, but I think it's a general standard too. I think most marriages end in divorce. Half of marriages end in divorce.
Yeah, that's that I know for is certain. But
the fact that a nigga changed your oil down at Valvoline, she'll take that at this point. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he got a 9-to-5.
But to me, and I don't. Again, you're not sure if this stat is true, but if only 50% of women are even getting married, it's hard. It's an accomplishment. That's why it's treated as such. When you hear a girl, you getting married, and like, yes, you snagged you a nigga, because the fact is, so many of them, the one who just said it to you can't find a nigga.
She wants your nigga.
Yeah,
God dang.
And she, it's not even she wants your nigga. She just want a nigga that's gonna stay around.
But she'll take yours. You don't want him. Don't talk about how raw he is. Don't do that. Keep your business your business. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. That's crazy. So another thing I believe bonds you from the whole pregnancy thing is just man, we're sharing a life, right?
Yeah.
So I've had chicks that have said they were pregnant and conveniently miscarried or gotten an abortion. And I don't want to quote the abortion one, but again,
dead baby.
No, and I say that because I don't believe she was pregnant.
In the first place.
In the first place. So I think she was saying that and trying to use the fact that I love family as a way to say, hey, I was pregnant with your baby and lost it. Like, nigga, stay and love me.
Yeah.
No ho.
I mean, I probably would.
You know?
You would, though.
I know, I'm just saying, I mean, that's called empathy in some way, shape, or form. It depends on how much I don't like her.
No, that's the wrong reason.
No, I'm just saying, it depends on, like, if I really didn't like her and, like, I have zero interest in having a connection with her in the first place, then probably no monkey gonna stop that show. But if at the end of the day we leave it on decent, relatively decent terms and there's love still there, I can see a man being empathetic and staying around longer. I don't know what that longer looks like. You know what I'm saying? But staying around longer just to make sure that she okay, make sure, man, you know what? She went through it for me.
What's the quality of his staying around? I mean, like, is he in the house and he taking care of some bills and he fucking her, but he going out with the homeboys and he fucking other stuff too? Or is he there for her, like there for her?
I probably would say
a little both.
And if it's a little both, then it's the first one.
It is. Technically, if you want to be technical about it, right?
Okay. Could you be mad then? Even from two standpoints, a man's standpoint, he traps the woman or tries to by getting her pregnant. Can you be mad if she kills the baby? Aborts it? Without his consent and tells him after?
Well, you know what? Yeah, because I don't believe a woman should be able to have a baby without a man's consent. So I think it should take two. I think you should have to sign some. That's tough. I won't get into that. Y'all don't kill me on this.
That's the tough one.
No, but a lot of people feel like you.
Yeah, but this ain't the.
But a lot of women would say, I'll just take care of it and I'm not going to say anything to him. And that's a normal thing that happens. I mean, a
lot of these niggas is poorly behaved out here in these elementary schools right now.
You know what I mean?
Lady.
So
be better.
To me, I think that's a tough situation right there,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. At the end of the day, none of that shit really even fucking makes sense to me. I think
what don't make sense.
Well, here's the thing. I believe that a man should have some say so in whether he's going to have a kid or not. I do. I don't. And the way that the societal system is built, it empowers a woman in so many different ways. Where you think about marriage and think about divorce and think about how it's already tilted and skewed in the woman's in her direction. Very similar when it comes to anything child related. Everything legal is protected in that capacity because there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do and say, "Oh, I didn't want to get you pregnant. You got to kill it." Boy, can you imagine the power like that?
We don't have that power. So, they have the power of sexual selection. So I'm assuming they have the power for any outcome that.
What do you mean the power of sexual selection?
Meaning that they are the ones without their consent. You can't have sex, right? A woman has to select
sex with who she
gets to choose who she wants to have sex with, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Why you say she gets to choose?
Yeah, because she does.
Because somebody got to choose.
Like niggas kind of get what they can get.
Yeah, we get what we.
Y'all niggas better not say that.
No, I'm not gonna say it like that. That's not what I'm saying.
And I said I was just gonna say a certain level of nigga does have that ability to select too.
Not a certain level.
But then even that nigga though, there's an extent to it. Like the ceiling for a real bad bitch is almost limitless. She could fuck who she wants to. Not many niggas are.
Think about and you love the animal kingdom. This nigga always making animal kingdom references, nigga, right? Uh-huh. So at the end of the day, think about all the shit a male animal has to do to get a woman's attention. She got all these males peacocking or whatever. It could be a number of things. She chooses, and she gets to choose who she gonna deal with.
Yeah, that's life.
I understand the concept.
And so at the end of the day, we don't have that, or we would fuck everything. We would fuck all the time.
Yeah, the world wouldn't
we do that now.
No, I'm just saying imagine
because there's so much.
Imagine if we did have the power to go into a bar and say, "You come home with me."
I don't want to imagine that.
I'm just saying. I'm just being honest with you. You just choose someone and say, "You come home with me," and they came home with you. A woman can step out her door right now and say, "Go to her neighbor." That nigga could be married with 2 kids, and his kids watching TV right in front of them, and she'd be like, "You want to fuck?" This nigga will leave his kids and possibly go get a fuck.
But the same reason that the same thing you're explaining and what you've explained in Animal Kingdom is the same reason that men or males don't have the ability of choosing when and where sex happens, because everything will be out of fucking whack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It makes complete sense. Men have to be overly sexualized and aggressive for the level of competition that comes with landing a woman that is worth landing.
Respect.
Like you can't be, if you lackadaisical and shit, man, I get these bitches when I get them and shit. Nigga, you'll never have any kids and your bloodline will die out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
So, but yeah, I feel what y'all saying.
But on the flip side of what I said about, even the abortion, a man should have the ability to say, hey, you wanted to get pregnant, you take care of that shit yourself. God damn. I'm not paying 50 cent hoe. I'm not paying 50. Why should I have to pay for it when this is what you wanted? You wanted a kid so bad, right? Well, I hope you can afford that fucker, because my money's straight.
Let me ask you a question.
Why can't a nigga say that?
Let me ask you a question. So whether or not a nigga can say that, as a man, do you want to? And let me give you guys an example. Some time ago, in my early 20s, I had a homosexual. That's appropriate, right? I don't know what the new terms are. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
All right, I don't know. It's a lot of letters. So I had a homosexual female friend who was in a relationship with another homosexual female, and they wanted to have a child. So she telling me about it one day. I'm like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? I feel you on that. We all gonna go. for the sperm. I know a place in Gainesville. I used to learn some stuff too. It might still be there. I don't know. Yeah. And then $20. So long story short, I'm not saying her name. She asked me, would I contribute to the cause? Yeah. So I'm like, we're talking about, and she said that it would be her and that she would do it the natural way.
I can respect that.
But keep in mind, I've been friends with her at this point for probably 4 years.
So you would get nothing out of that.
She is straight up dyke. Yeah. Like, I don't think she was, I think just having sex with me and letting me nut in her would have been the easiest, most efficient way of doing it. Right? As opposed to trying to, I don't know what the fuck they do.
Before you go on, would you have extended the sexual session and not just?
No, because while she was pretty, and I'll tell you, she was pretty if she wanted to be pretty. Yeah. But her mannerisms
were that of a nigga.
Not even a nigga, dog, just so asexual. Yeah. Like, you ever had a homegirl, you were like, there's no sexual, not feminine, nothing. Yeah. She your homegirl, she might even be cute when she want to be, but there's nothing there.
I'd find a way to savage it out.
I know you would. But I didn't want to do that. And so she felt comfortable coming to me about this ass. And I'm going to tell you, I was very, very close to doing it. And one of the reasons that I didn't was I had a conversation. What would I be in this kid's life? Yeah. Oh, you could be like the godfather. Well, no, bitch, I'm the real father, right? And I couldn't have a kid that lived 20, 30 minutes away from me and not go see that kid when I want to, not see the kid, feel like something's going on, and me say, nope, we're not doing that shit. Come here, Junior.
Have a say in their life.
Right. And they're like, yo, who the fuck you get the fuck out before we call the cops? Because I didn't sign shit away. So I already knew I couldn't do that. I don't understand how niggas do that. But so I don't get that was my whole point of what you were saying is even if a girl trapped me, I don't know. I can be mad at her and not take it out on my son or my daughter who didn't choose to be here.
You know what? Because to me, that's the natural male preset is to be a protector and a provider, and all those things fall within that realm. Right. Therefore, you want to be involved. You have a vested interest, and I can't understand niggas honestly who don't have those feelings and I agree. And can leave a child in a split second or pretend like they don't even exist. Right. To me, I struggle with that. Right. But hey, listen, I don't know how much he hate that hoe. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't matter though. I don't know how strained the relationship is. I don't know if it's so toxic that it's burnt any bridge towards this child. I have no idea.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes too, it comes from what they've been through. If their parent wasn't in their life, then it's easier for them to disassociate and walk away from those responsibilities too, because it's what they saw. And that's not an excuse, because we've talked about this before as far as having the decision to be who you want to be and who you are. But I think it's a lot easier said than done for us, maybe in a lot of men, but that's not every man. And that's clear by the numbers.
No, I don't disagree with what you're saying, because I think it's accurate. I think it's correct. But God damn, man, like at the end of the day, the reasons to me are always less important. And I know they are important, but they're less important than the end result. And the end result is by some fault of your own, you can say the mama told you she was on birth control, that she couldn't have kids, or forgot them tubes were tied. You fucked this chick, raw dog, nutted all in the pussy. She got pregnant because that's how the fuck nature works. And then 10 months later, half of your goddamn progeny that you made with her pops out. And because you feel like you got trapped, the hell with the fucking baby. The baby got to suffer. The baby got to grow up. That's some bullshit. I don't give a fuck that your daddy was a fuck nigga. He wasn't around. Your mama was a whore. None of that shit matters, dog. None of that shit matters, man. Take care of your fucking responsibilities. And I'm gonna be real with this shit. All you niggas that got kids that don't take care of them, I don't give a fuck if you like what I'm saying right now. Stop listening, nigga. Take care of your goddamn kids, man. I hate that shit. Man. There's so many niggas making excuses out here. That goddamn baby, 7 years old, seen your black ass 3 times, and you want him to be special when he grow up. No, the fuck he ain't. Because when he's 14, he gonna feel like he got to help mom out. And that's when bad decisions are made. So step the fuck up, nigga.
My thing about those niggas. Yeah, my thing about those niggas is that
give them some water.
They always pretend like they're such real niggas and that they're handling their business when the facts is you're doing the exact opposite of that. So be real, nigga, with yourself.
Straight up, man.
If you're not taking care of your kids, and it says a real man to step up and handle business even when shit fucked up.
I agree.
You know, so I agree. Even against any trap or anything that happens, you gotta accept the reality that you were part of and did this, and yeah, it's gonna fuck with you.
Oh yeah, it's gonna fuck
undoubtedly.
With you. And whenever shit goes bad with the relationship, you're gonna really be upset, and you'll never forget it. But you gotta focus on what came of it, and that is life. Yeah. And it's
you start thinking whether it's your kid or not, but you're still there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what can happen from that? You have a great relationship with your son and daughter, and 20 years later, you can still hate the fuck out their mom because of what she did. And you got an awesome relationship with your jit, man. 2 things can be true.
Definitely.
You know?
And I called it rape, or Jesus. I didn't say rape, but it felt like rape. I called it rape because it is taking a man's reproductive decision away from him. And in some cases, even a woman, if niggas out here busting in the pussy and not even telling her you ain't got no condom on, like
or he lying about having his vasectomy. You know, there's niggas out there doing that shit type of shit.
She know that pussy warm though. Yeah, she know that goddamn pussy warm.
Yeah, I don't think most niggas even with that vasectomy shit.
Nah,
I'll sooner have 10 babies before I let a nigga stick me in my dick.
You and me both.
Really?
Hell yeah!
I think I would do it, bro.
I know you would. We know you would do it too.
Nigga, what does that mean, dog?
We just know you type of nigga.
You trying to make me sound less?
I'm not.
Nigga.
We thought you would, and you said you would. What's the problem?
I
don't like it.
I like playing with a loaded weapon.
Oh, is that what you like doing?
You ain't talking about.
I'll be fine with my shit being powder, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking about my inside's dry. My inside, what you do to me?
Powder milk is better for you, nigga. You know you lactose intolerant in the pussy.
Yeah, at the end of the day, all jokes aside, you are totally right, D. Everybody has a choice. And regardless of the lies you were told, oh my God, that bitch lied. The fact
she will.
You could have, anticipated said lie. You know these hoes ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? But you trusted.
Chris Brown said it best.
Yeah, but you trusted this one.
These hoes ain't no.
And hold on now. You probably had good reason to trust that hoe because she been there for you. Yeah. But you didn't know she had some bullshit in her too, though.
But you didn't know that she didn't know that she had this dark side, nigga.
Yeah, she was running the long game.
Sometimes you're not expecting. It could be some of the sweetest chicks you've ever known, nigga. And then all of a sudden you're like, there's no way she would have did this.
But she wasn't, listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna stick up for you, Trapper. She wasn't, listen to me. She wasn't expecting to trap you. Let me tell you what happened.
Okay, explain to her. Walk me through it.
All her life, she been disrespecting niggas and putting. No,
okay, no. Don't let her set it up, nigga.
Her whole life.
Damn. Let her set it up.
All her adult life, man. Niggas ain't treated her right. Mm-hmm. They didn't talk to her crazy, put their hands on her, treated her like shit. Mm-hmm. You the first nigga that came in, showed her a good time, was there for her, respected her, helped her out with the gist, was just there, genuine. Every time you see her, you didn't have to fuck her. You would cook her meals sometimes. You was what she was hoping for.
She had kids already?
She had 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Daryl Jr. 13.
Daryl Jr. 13.
Yeah. And Felicia, because she named after her grandmama. Yeah. Felicia 7. So, but you never, stupid.
So why she trapped him? Just because the nigga was
because you showed her something she never seen and she did not want to use you. She concocted that plan 4 or 5 months in. Yeah. She didn't have that from the inception, but she was so good to her. We've all dated a girl where we say we really don't want anything. We're upfront. We just want to date, hang out. This is casual.
Yeah.
And then you show her a good time. She's like, man, I never had a good time. I never vibed with a motherfucker like this in my life. That's and all of a sudden, now she attached. Y'all was gonna be cool and do your own thing until she realized how fucking dope you were. Mm-hmm. Now she can't be without you. She blowing you up. It's not her fault. It's the magic, baby. You know what I'm talking about? That's the magic, baby.
Once a woman, and we talked about this earlier. Was it you or was that? I can't remember. But we talked interchangeable. Yeah, it's not the dick that keeps a woman. What makes a woman want to stay? It's that vibe. Yeah. So if you handle her right and the vibe is electric, the chemistry is right, you can make her laugh. Like if she's getting all of that, nigga, that's why she want to stay.
Listen, that's why there's a no good, no job, can't halfway read and write ass, big dick ass nigga that could beat the pussy up for her. She got him on call. Mm-hmm. He come through sometimes, but she already know. He's only good for one thing.
He gotta go.
He got to fucking go. Yeah, she letting you stay there and she cooking for you. Yeah. Even though you don't fuck her like he do.
Yeah. Nigga, but I understand all that.
You trying your best though.
It's the equivalent. It's the equivalent of being locked up for 20 years for murder one, knowing that you didn't murder no one. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like there's frustration. Imagine them niggas sitting in the prison cell. No, they ain't do nothing, nigga. But now they got to protect themselves in these goddamn hallways. Mm-hmm. It is frustrating. You know what I'm saying?
What exactly?
Just the fact that you know that it shouldn't have been that way, and you know that in some way, shape, or form, the system worked against you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though?
Because it's like you're getting punished for being good.
I'm starting to look at it from the other side now. Crazy, right? In the middle of all this, but the same way you as a man, when you really feeling a chick and you liking her vibe,
okay,
everything right,
okay,
you and that pussy nigga, you want to make it yours.
Say it now.
You want to fucking make it yours. You want to paint that pussy. You gonna fucking nut in it, and you want to imprint on that hoe. Dog, it becomes the same
wonderful picture.
It becomes the same thing for a woman where she's like, damn, this nigga like kids. He's good with my family. He does this. Yeah. Like, damn, because how many times have you heard a woman say, see a nigga with his son or fathering his daughter and be like, damn, that shit is so sexy. It's those intangibles. Yeah. So yeah, nigga, you think it's the gym because you in the it's a nigga with man boobs getting loved the fuck on like a
That's
king.
Real. That's
like
for real.
King. Like,
that's for real. So he don't have no problem with women.
Yeah, and it's those things that get it, and that's why the woman like, damn, I want that too. So what is she thinking? That nigga gonna give me a baby too, and we gonna be attached that way.
Hey, listen, all you niggas in your 20s that's just regular body, got a good job in education. Your time's coming. Don't even worry about it. Travel, hang out with your homeboys, build your empire. Because right around 32, 33, when these hoes is out their 20s, they got a baby and a half. Yeah. She gonna want you.
Where's this half keep coming from, though? Huh? Where's this baby and a half?
One?
No, she pregnant.
Oh, okay.
It ain't here yet.
It ain't there.
But if your body ain't right, get in the fucking gym too. Like, there's no reason you can't.
I'm saying you might not have to though. If he waits about 33, 34, he could look regular.
Yeah,
he ain't got that no muscle definition.
Right. Yeah, she would appreciate it, but
she would, but she'll still take it.
And she probably 20, 30 pounds heavier.
Undoubtedly, she already got one jit.
Yeah, but you know what? I think one of the things I'd love to talk about is the reasons why a good nigga will stay. And a lot of times, a good nigga will stay even though he know he was trapped, all because he loves the family unit. You know what I'm saying? He loves the family unit. He wouldn't want to see anything destroy that, dog. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That shit's still sad, though.
It's sad.
That shit's still sad. But I want to throw another scenario out there, too, since we were talking about older women. Mm-hmm. I was talking to my homegirl the other day, and she was like, I'm getting older. I don't have any kids. I've done well for myself. 38. And she
only got a year and a half.
Yeah. And she's done well for herself working, like, being single.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm coming off birth control. And, I'm okay with getting pregnant. And then to me, that's where it's crazy because now whoever she meets, if that nigga gives the right vibe, he can bust off in her and it goes. And that's just timing wise. So
when did he have his jet and have no responsibility?
But yeah, because I don't think
I'm not trying to make that sound attractive.
She would, yeah, she probably wouldn't require him to pay because she can take care of it, but you would obviously want that. Mm-hmm. But my point is that nigga might not even really know what's coming. He just caught a good vibe and she's ready for something. So she's going to be more open to fucking unprotected because she trusts him. And it's about what she wants right now. And when niggas make that decision, you know what I'm saying? When niggas make that decision, it's all good. Like when a nigga don't strap up and fall off in the pussy, we decided. So if she's like, yeah, nigga, I'm coming on birth control and I'm gonna let whatever happen. Women, there's a point where a woman's biological clock is like, shit, I gotta get it now or never. When you get 38, can you be picky and choosy about who you meet and who fathers your child?
You cannot. Not if you still want a child.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
you just got a very small window, dog.
You can't wait 2 years to get to know a nigga.
I will not listen. I will not share it on this podcast because there are people that listen to us who know the person I'm referring to. But I got a homegirl that Gent knows who is pretty, got her life together, everything, and she was the last one from the clique that we all went to school together. Did not have a baby, was not married, and the nigga she ended up with, I was wholly disappointed. Yeah. And I will tell you this: 5-6 years ago, no way he would have had a chance. But at 38, unmarried, no kids, and the ability to have kids just really built her career up. Probably making 120, 130 grand, nice condo, living great, coming home solo dolo. Nobody.
It's so fucked up when opportunity knocks, nigga. What?
Not for him. He won.
I know that's what he
when you see that
motherfucking.
When you see that nigga with that bitch, you like, ain't no goddamn.
There's no way that it was supposed to be like that, bro.
And I call that the reverse trap. When you fucking trap yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because shit.
She had the power and the choice.
She didn't execute quick enough.
If she was gonna let any nigga come up. Nigga, go to 2 more Publixes before you choose.
Not 2 more Publixes.
Because any nigga bust in.
Yeah, I mean,
you could have found him. That's what I'm saying.
Based on her description, she sounds like a woman that could get what she wants.
Definitely 8 out of 10.
Stay there.
8 out of 10.
8. So she didn't have to settle for that nigga, and I've never seen him.
He's a 5 at best.
Yeah.
Yes. At best.
At best.
That's
no, I give him a 6 at best. He's probably about a 5.
You mean if he get a haircut?
He don't have no hair.
Oh yeah. Let me ask you a question. There's other traps though, right? Why?
Yeah, when I'm slinging that off-white, like
we don't need that off-white. But we ain't talking about none of the traps that are some real traps, like the STD traps.
I'm not this guy.
No. I know how you feel about it, but imagine this. Imagine.
I don't know if that trap.
No. Yes, think about this. I'm a nigga, right? I have AIDS. Let's just call it that.
You went all the way dark.
Okay, or herpes. All right, let's say I have one of these 2 things.
That nigga went.
I fuck this shit, right? She got this shit. On theory, dog, it's not like there's a dating.
That's actually a crime.
I mean, I'm not, but I'm just saying.
No, that's a crime.
You'd have to prove it though.
Punishable.
Yeah, but you'd have to prove it. It's not always easy to prove.
Nigga, if she gave you AIDS, it is.
I mean, it's not. What happened if I didn't know I had it? Man. The point that I'm making is, you tell me I fuck you, you have it now. It's not a website for herpes, dating with herpes. Dating with AIDS.
That's a dark.
I know it's dark, nigga. But
why we still here?
You can't say some of this shit really happens. I'm gonna say my part. Now, guess what happens now, nigga? Who else the fuck they gonna fuck, nigga? There ain't no site for this shit.
I can't imagine anybody
doing this.
I can't.
I guarantee you telling me never.
Call me naive.
There is always someone who's willing to go.
And I believe you, but call me naive. I want to believe that people are truthful, and if they get fucked over, their plan is not to fuck someone over behind it. So
people are truthful, but we're talking about a trap when they know. There's people who have been pregnant and didn't even tell the nigga that they were pregnant for months. So they don't even have an opportunity to influence a different outcome. You telling me you know information and if you don't give the information, equally as you equally are aware of what you're doing.
I'm not sure what we're arguing, but I know this: that trap wins. That trap's the worst trap.
That's the worst trap. I'm just saying this shit.
I want to stay on the pregnancy trap because
this is not even going to be. He's not even here anymore.
No, that trap is murderous, dog. That trap.
I'm just saying.
STDs and danger and death.
That trap will get somebody killed, dog.
Just telling you.
Wear a condom out here, fellas.
Yeah, that's not.
I think that's going to be the PSA by the time we leave this shit because all of this could have been solved by one thing, right?
So do you know, by the way? So okay, I was looking on this stuff. You know, I got kids and stuff. Oh, so now these kids got the HPV vaccine. Mm-hmm. There's a herpes vaccine and an AIDS vaccine. Yep. Let me tell you something. All these 11, 12, 13, and 14-year-olds, when they get to college, you need to put all your jits, get them some birth control when they turn 18, Everybody fucking. Do you know how much more fucking would have went on? First of all, everybody in school was fucking, right? With all this shit. Imagine if you can't catch HPV.
You didn't have any consequences. You had no consequences.
I know they made the AIDS.
And HPV.
And the HPV. They're working on the herpes. They're working on the herpes. I didn't think it was finished yet.
I don't know if it's ready for shots, but like all these just as 11, 12, 13, 14, they'll get it before high school.
That's not fair.
Oh.
Because now you're going back.
Oh, nigga.
Come on, man.
I'd have got all of them.
Oh, yeah, we would have had way more kids. That's real talk. We would have had way more kids.
I mean, I believe in my pull-out game a little bit.
Not me. Not in 19. I'm fucking.
Remember, the pull-out game is only 88% though.
I'm not even pulling. I'm busting in everything.
In college,
I'm not even finishing at UF. I got to go back home
because there's too many of them.
I done lost focus.
It hard for her to find
you have to get a job.
They're not gonna find me in PG County. I tell you that much. Some niggas look like me with a hat too. Every nigga in PG look like me. You know what I'm saying?
No, nigga. Not everyone looks like a silverback gorilla, nigga. So no.
My brother Slim.
Listen, to wrap this up, you got to remember you have the choice. So when you get into that pussy, when you let that nigga slide in, grab that dick, girl. Make sure that condom on. Because these niggas out here busting in the pussy too. And nigga, you need to really say, did you see her take the pill that day? Because these hoes be lying.
Crush it up. Make her snort it. Tell her it's coke.
God damn. I don't think it worked like that. I think it gets in the bloodstream same way.
I don't know. But you got to remember, nigga, if you slide off in the raw, if you have a baby, you're a part of that decision. And having this discussion today, fellas, really helped me.
And do what I do. Request STD tests too. And don't take her word for it saying that the doc said everything is okay.
Yeah.
Tell her to call the doctor's office and keep you on the line.
And don't go in that nigga life when he make it to the pros. You wasn't there. Don't come to him talking about you got your life together and you wish you would have been there the last 20 years, but you here now. No, nigga.
I'm surprised we didn't spend half as much time in those traps that happen all the time. The financial traps.
Those are so obvious, dog. Those are so obvious.
Are they?
I just saw one right here. Yeah. Come in here at the Shell gas station down there. Pull up. Listen. So I'm not trying to be racist or nothing. We just going on the statics, okay? So I pull up to the gas station. I'm getting my gas. McLaren 720S. Google it.
Nice.
$200,000 car. Old white man who looked like he 13 months pregnant. Got out the car.
13?
His stomach get to the gas pump for his hand. Right? He ain't seen his dick in 17 years, right? He pumping the gas, right? And I look in the passenger seat. Look like a 18, 19, maybe like 21, 22-year-old Puerto Rican, Dominican, titty sitting up here.
Rate?
Huh?
How 8, 9? What? Rate?
I'm going to go 9 because her hair was short. But if you like short hair, she was a 10.
You weird, dog. But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? But and I'm going to be honest, man. God knows. She looked at me and I looked at her. It was probably about 3 seconds. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4. And in that look, she looked at me and she was like, you know why I'm here. Yeah. and I shot back. I know why you're here. And I respect your grind. Yeah. And I winked, she smiled, and I got back in my car and drove off. Yeah. That wasn't no sexual we can drive. That was this nigga know what's up. He brown, you know what I'm saying? He a minority. He already knows what's going on.
Think I really like this nigga. Yeah.
We both knew that. She kind of, I was like this.
You know, I've gotten the opposite of that. It's a funny story.
It just happened, an hour ago?
Yeah.
Beautiful car, by the way. He deserved her.
Oh, okay.
He worked hard for the car.
He did, for both.
And the car
earned her. She not cheap.
Yeah. Come on now. Whoa. Yeah. Good pussy isn't. So, and
that's the truth.
I was leaving an event and I was
with
a chick. No, this was years ago.
Okay.
And I was with a white hoe.
Damn.
Damn, Jesus.
Well, white woman, white hoe. Listen, y'all already know how I feel about that bullshit anyway. That's a term of endearment.
It's because you don't know a person like that.
But I was with a white hoe and she was really drunk. I don't even really, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to help her get to her car.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, I see where you're going with it.
So I'm kind of pulling her because she's so fucked up, it's not even funny anymore. You know, that type of fucked up. That room
where you got to carry her whole body weight.
Yeah. So I'm trying to lead her to the car so I can, push her off and leave myself.
And let her drive home under influence?
No, she was going to take a nap in the parking lot. She'd have been all right. You know what I'm saying? And dog, I'm walking and I'm holding her hand and a sister walks by and she stops, looks me in my eyes. And she never said one word, but she gave me a look like, really, nigga, a white bitch? And I felt And it's crazy because I don't want to say
Should that matter though?
It shouldn't matter.
Date who you fucking want.
And date who you want, and you know how I am. The guy done tried all the rainbow, and I love them all.
Mm-hmm.
But for that millisecond, I felt wrong just because of the look she gave. It was so powerful, dog.
It's only because it was misunderstood.
I just was trying to take advantage.
Yeah. I think it was also
but that was part of
misunderstood.
She's
Like,
too.
I think it was the white because I definitely.
If that was a black coat stumbling all over the place, she probably looked at you like, "Hey, I know what you're doing."
Yeah,
because we've all got
maybe,
that.
man. But I felt judged.
So she, what you said she did as well. No, she undoubtedly.
Man, I'm really surprised we didn't get into the financial trap, but we know that it exists, man.
Oh man, come on.
We know that it exists, man.
But I think that only exists when niggas want that shit. To Jeezy's point, I think that's super obvious. I mean, like that dude the dude that just saw an hour ago, he knows he didn't get her because he a dope ass nigga with a great vibe. He got her because he probably makes $500,000-$700,000 a year and he has a fucking McLaren. His actual kids are probably 20, 30 years old, living somewhere.
Older than her, maybe.
Oh, undoubtedly. Yeah. I can tell you they're older than her because he was way older.
But let's say the chick traps him with a baby because they see the potential.
He cool with that.
But I'm just saying.
Totally cool with it. If it means he keeps hitting it.
Yeah. Because he had the money to pay for it.
But you're thinking about an old guy versus a young woman, and right now in his mind he's winning due to arm candy. But what happened if it's just John Doe and Jane Doe? You know what I'm saying? And she made
all that matters though.
Because I think that sometimes
it all matters, like the age and like
it does matter.
You know what I mean?
I just feel like it's real bad because those people know what they're signing up for. But there's sometimes you know that a woman found the potential in you and saw that you had the ability to earn. And now you're in this situation, and now she feels like she can take a step back. She can take a seat, and now she knows you ain't gonna leave because you have a kid by her. She know you're a good man, so you're gonna take care of the responsibilities. And now she feel like she can ease up off the gas pedal. She ain't helping you, but now you out here having to burn yourself out here in the streets.
Financial trap is no different than the birth control trap. It's probably even easier to handle because. Boy, raw pussy juice is something, and we all know
raw
that.
Pussy juice.
Yeah, so
I said that last night.
So because that's so raw, you almost get it. But when you come to the earning, you can see a lazy bitch. You can see a pattern. You can see that this person wasn't.
Can you though?
Yeah, because
every time.
How can you not?
It's results. I think if she wants to be this, then she went to school and she did.
But I think it also depends on how young you are in the game too. Like at 21 years old. Or at 20 years old?
I'm not even booing nobody up at 21.
But even if you are at 21, are they working towards the goals? Because at 21, were you working towards yours?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you're saying
there are people that go to college, Jeezy, and they get a degree. They go to college for the sole purpose to fish a nigga out that has potential. And then all of a sudden, when they found and caught that man, and got a baby, it got married or whatever, they together now. She just slouched back.
But that's my point though. You see all of this coming the same, even easier than you do raw pussy. Because again, raw pussy is blinding, nigga.
It is.
It's blinding.
You get in
that pussy, dog, and it's so soft and wet, dog.
And
warm, dog. And you in that thing. And dog, even if you don't even really know this woman, you damn near feel like you love her. The pussy's so good, you damn near feel like you love her. So in your situation, no, because guess what? I'm going through college. I graduated. Did the bitch graduate with me? Oh no, you're not.
But what happened if she does? Because there's people.
But that's my point. There.
So at whatever point she does is what he's saying. So at what point does she stop showing her contribution?
At some point though.
Yeah.
So then that's when you make a decision.
Yeah. So you don't know though. You know, if you already have a kid and all that, that's different. But to me, it's got to be early where you see it, because when it comes to that money, you know who riding with you and who's just gonna sit down and hold you down. I think you can tell because a woman or a man that's trying to obtain a goal, they're going to be doing something to get there. They're going to be, you know what I mean?
I also think it depends on the conversation that's been had. What I would say is, and this isn't simply my perspective, but if you are a nigga who ain't got nothing, you ain't had nothing, and you ain't got nothing right now, and she with your
shit gotten ass, that's a
right? And she see you when you ain't got nothing, and all of a sudden you get something, and then you are like, bitch, you ain't on my level. Like, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Because all the bitches you like now, would they be fucking with you as you was that same nigga? No, you wouldn't. No. But she was. And a lot of niggas get brand new. And I don't agree with that.
I can't stand those type of niggas.
Yeah. So be careful of that, guys.
Yeah, that goes both ways too. But yeah,
for sure.
Definitely sounds like something a nigga would do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. He got better options too.
Yeah.
Regular.
Where do you think the whole situation of the black man, as soon as he gets success, go cop him the final piece of his puzzle, which is the white woman? Like that, those things have been perpetrated throughout time, dog, as the trophy. Like they say that shit all the time.
What, though?
And I don't agree with that shit, by the way.
I don't agree with that. I think some of it's coincidence. I think a lot of it is, a man's gonna stick with whoever treats him good. The way I think that's it. Feel is how he's gonna decide. I know plenty of brothers, who are with sisters and happy, and plenty of black men who are with white women
and happy as shit too.
And it wasn't he's not with her because she's white. He's with her because
he fucking loves her.
She treats him.
Yeah.
In the way he makes
black girls will never say they'll never give you that credit though.
They'll never admit to that
They'll
shit.
never give you that credit. Yeah. Like I know that nigga don't even like her. He just like her goddamn hair. Like seriously.
Like a bitch would make a whole decision off of bitch hair. Nigga.
I would tell what I'm
saying?
I would tell you though, but I would disagree slightly. What I would say is I think back in the day, I think there probably was some truth to that. I think niggas that was marrying white bitches in the 60s and stuff like that.
Probably trying to assimilate.
I think there was something to that. Yeah. But I think nowadays, and even growing up, like when we were growing up, right? It's not even talking about kids younger than us, but we was growing up, I went to school. I mean, I had white kids in my kindergarten class. I had Spanish kids, I had Chinese kids. So if a white girl in my fourth grade class, she was cool with me, she was nice, and she treated me good, I thought she was pretty,
then I'd
be like, oh, she's my girlfriend. I didn't even think about the fact, oh, she's white, so I should probably not give. So I think that more attention is placed on it. And I also think black women are at a disadvantage because as a monolith, they don't date outside their race. Whereas black men don't abide by those same kind of restrictions. Black men will date whoever and wherever, right? And so black women don't do that. And so when you think about this, the amount of available black men, the amount of available black women, and then women who actually try to date on their level, right? Yeah, like if a college educated black woman from Atlanta want to get a hood nigga from Mobile, you know what I'm saying? No offense to Mobile, I fuck with Mobile. But my point is that she want to get a hood nigga, she could do that. But that's not what the fuck she want. That's not what she went to school for. So how many bitches out here, how many women are vying for the attention of that same nigga she is? And that's when shit gets...
That's when the rat race starts.
Right? Yeah. Come with your A game, ladies. It's tough out here.
Mm-hmm. It's been tough out
here. Yeah, for women.
It ain't changed.
Stop trapping and gain control. All you got to do is remember you got a choice and you should be good to go. But you can't blame nobody for anything you do, anything you put in there, And
leave. Real quick, off topic, it's called soaking. So basically, and I went to law school with a lot of Mormons too. But something I heard, and I don't know this, so Mormons, if y'all Mormon, y'all listen to us, y'all don't give a fuck what I'm saying. But what they do is, they're not supposed to have premarital sex, right? Yeah. But the Book of Mormon describes sex as thrusting, right? Like, that long,
so even a dry hump.
Stroke. Anytime I stroke, I gotta lift my lips. Well, get that stroke in, right? Yeah. But with Mormons, they do the young folks do this thing called soaking, where they simply enter and they just let the dick sit in the pussy warm and let it marinate. They don't thrust. Because as long as they don't thrust, it is not sexual intercourse.
That's fucking impossible.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
they do it.
I'm telling you.
Google it.
And no. I don't deny that. And that's probably why them niggas used to sew their children into the bed when he came home and shit, because they didn't want no soaking. But I know that it's hard to do is to put yourself in something like that. If you're gonna be dropped in the ocean, won't you swim? Nigga, you know what I'm saying?
This is a cover up.
That's true though.
A cover up for what is really going on. There's no way. and I'm obviously not God, and I'm not a Mormon. Mormon. I'm not a sexologist or anything. But I'll tell you one fucking thing for sure. If your dick start off in wet pussy, you know what to do. You go start thrusting. It's no way. It's no way. You gonna stay still in that shit. Fucking soaking. My ass. You gonna be beating that pussy off. Man. And before you know it, y'all fucking. And y'all walk out, y'all gonna say y'all did it. But it's a lot.
I feel like I've soaked before.
Any nigga still trying to soak. If a nigga still soaking, which means he ain't fucking like that, he nothing in 2 minutes anyway.
Dog, you can be.
As soon as he pull out on the way out.
You ain't never soaked for 5 minutes?
No, maybe not that, but you can be fucking, and sometimes you just stop and you start making out. So you're naturally soaking for a minute, but you couldn't stay in there. You by default, your body is going to thrust. You couldn't stop if you wanted to.
Let me say something. Coming is mental too. I think you could put your dick in a pussy, and if you just kind of try to go as deep as you could, I think that pressure on the pelvis.
Yeah,
but that
I feel like you tried this shit.
Even when you do that and you push all the way in, you're gonna keep pushing. It's gonna be even when there's nowhere to go, you're gonna keep thrusting to create a grind of some sort. You're not gonna stay still in wet pussy.
Listen,
not for long.
If anyone is more
out of here.
Just hit us because we just dying to know.
Don't hit us because you fucking lying.
Hey,
you're not really doing it. You're saying you're soaking, and
we want to hear
both
from
y'all busting.
We want to see the conversation.
Get the hell out of here.
Jeezy. We want to
stand still in the pussy.
And I will just wrap it up by saying, hey, thanks for listening with Brunch with the Boys. You can find us on Instagram at Brunch with Boys with a Z. You can find us on Facebook. Type that shit in. Find us on Twitter at Boys with a Z _brunch. Hey, check out www.brunchwiththeboys.com for merch. And we have the Bearded Barber organic products as well. Hey,
that's why my shit's smooth now because I use the product, bro. Because I get the razors in that bitch.
I doubt that. But we hit our 50K downloads. So thank y'all all for each listener. Hey, listen, continue to spread just the Brunch with the Boys news, man, because we getting those downloads and it's all gravy, baby. Hey, listen, because of that, we are doing a 50% off sale for the next 5 days. So I want to make sure y'all go in and link up for sure.
Go get y'all merch, man. Let me say something else too. Our TikTok is about to start being live. So I got to find us on TikTok. I think it's Brunch with the Boys with a Z on TikTok. Our post has been a little lax, but we about to give us about a week or two to get some content up there. Then the content will become weekly. We just got it really set up because TikTok is taking off. But y'all can get to see us on video, moving around, doing our thing.
In our natural foolishness.
In our natural state.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be real. And we appreciate comments. You can communicate with us on there. It's going to be real. And that's us running it, right? Yeah. So when you email us, when you text us on that, you communicate direct messages. I'm looking at the mic like it's the fucking camera. When you direct messages, we'll get right back with you, right? You can communicate directly with us. So we're looking forward to that. Tell your friends, spread the word, Brunch with the Boys.
Hey, bitch. Stand still and pussy. Get the fuck out.
Goddamn.
Hey, what if he just did like this? Look. But once you do